Hey guys, and welcome back to Big Square Gaming. It's time to continue on with our Asylum series. Let's do it. See, we got through that bit really quick. So it just shows you sometimes you know what you're doing, and other times it's like a few minutes, your brain's like, okay, what did I... At last I found myself in the heart of the institute the director's office was going to find inside the answers I was desperately seeking. Work. None of the switches ever work. Eh. Human mind. Well, so far nothing is screaming desk. Okay. We prepared to delve deeper into the tunnels. Ellis had a few words with the security staff, playing the bad cop as usual and warning them about the missing while I returned them to the cells. Afterwards, as things went quiet, we grabbed a lantern each to the region beyond the crevice. The smell was nearly unbearable as we traversed the tunnels. I could recognise the handiwork of our motley crew carving out the walls, but suddenly the shape or texture changed. The tunnels began to change. It was still man-made, dare I say, but yet different. Clearly the result of more crude tools. The rocks had developed a shiny, slippery surface, massaged by the history of who knows how many countless centuries, millennia. As we stepped forward, we noticed curious patterns on the stone wall and all subjects such as pots, effigies, and other fragments scattered on the ground, which were covered by layers of spongy moss. However, a whole ecosystem survived with these underground prehistoric walls. I wondered the deeper secrets that could be concealed within the bowels of this towering cliff. When I grabbed one of the items on the floor, my eyes were dazzled by a craftsmanship unlike anything I've seen in my life, not even in specialized publications or museums. It felt strangely alien, with hints of human crafting, yet at the same time not quite human. When I showed a weird sculpture to Ellis, he seemed more excited than I expected and urged me to move forward. Resolved to move these fascinating objects to a location where we could probably research them, we both agreed that the third floor of the hospital, currently in disuse, would be a suitable spot. Needless to say, there was a mutual agreement to keep the find from the rest of the staff. The continued investigation of the newfound underground tunnels was more important than the remodelling of the building. Ellis warned me about expenses and such, but I dismissed such mundane considerations. Words aren't enough to convey my excitement. My hands are shaking with adrenaline as I transcribe this account of what we found at the end of that tunnel. It's beyond our comprehension, and an ultimate glorious secret right here beneath. As Ellis, impetuous as he is, motioned for us to go in, but I caught a glimpse of his presence, which was enough to paralyze my body and mind in what seemed like an eternity. Yet a fleeting moment must have passed as I grabbed Ellis's arm and ordered him to stop. We cannot go in. Our rational minds would not be able to stand it. The same patient from Group E as before, key to making progress. It's nothing short of a miracle that our financial woes prompted us to resort to using our own patients to conduct the work rather than professional construction crew. The patients have no idea what we found, and they even spoke out. Who would believe them? Tunnels, weird smells, strange artifacts, and ideas forming in my head, and I'm sure Ellis will agree. Turns out that their fears are more useful than we thought. They've helped us come closer to the entity, which we have no other words to describe him. Now, a rational mind can withstand the sight. After all, what do we know about reality? We're merely electrical pulses traveling our neurons. If an alien or being operates beyond the limits of our comprehension, though all pulses would fry our brains unless our minds aren't operating correctly to begin with. They are indeed able to visualize something we couldn't possibly process with our sane minds. The fear they experience at the end of the chamber is inevitably bearing according to their own testimonies, yet even worse, long-standing fears from their own past. If something sticks out in their damaged brain, we are unable to recover that information unless we somehow produce the same emotional conditions as those the patients had upon entering the chamber. So we have been able to recover one piece of knowledge from each by stimulating them to experience their past fears using various methods. An unexpected turn event, all patients presented the identity have developed an anomaly. Something physical has changed in them. As far as we can tell, they're developing brain tumors. Why this is happening, we can only guess, but the evidence is unquestionable. It is that their damaged minds can't withstand the glorious sight of the being underneath, or is there a deeper meaning behind the alterations on their physiognomies? We have no choice but to further investigate these tumors. We can't do it alone. The extracted tissues must be subject to standard procedure and thus thoroughly analysed by our pathologist. For obvious reasons, the source of the nature of the masses can't be disclosed. We can't drop them on their tables either, as questions would be asked. It's blessing as that the strab is working properly and leaves no scar, but we can't push our luck. She's going facetious, toyed around with the idea of firing her, but that might draw attention and can't afford that right now. Ellis had a brilliant idea of stimulating tumour growth at the same rodents already assigned to oncology. It's another fortunate coincidence. They're genetically similar enough to humans. Soon they'll be studying and we'll get the information we desperately need. Ellis will take note of the identification tags and watch the teams closely. We established that for a tumour to manifest, one must remain in his presence for a certain period of time. Still asked Ellis to subject me to a brain biopsy after my fleeting glimpse of the unfathomable shapes during our first time in the tunnel to be sure I'm safe. Something isn't right. The patients, they're acting differently. They're difficult to pinpoint one manner. Simply don't feel the same. Last night, H was found lost in the basement, and we didn't take him there. Also, Elle is known to experience absent seizures, but today I observed him in the yard, and he spent many hours just staring at the ground below him, as if, no, that can't be. Why would they? We must do something as soon. She's bound to notice. I'll have Ellis recommend shock therapy in the case of Elle. We'll risk an uproar, but there's no other options. Okay. That is just weird. Okay. Why let me see that if you're not going to let me? Oh, I have to go through the various ones. Okay, it's not letting me click on any of that. Oh, there we go. My esteemed colleagues, I received news of your current line of research. What a remarkable find. Thank you to erect the building in that particular... What chose... I think you chose to erect it in the building. Without doubt, the... something have guided your way. Can I get that? Is there any way I can get that in it? See if you can locate your library a copy of... See if you can locate in your local library a copy of something revealing an ancient manuscript. Anonymous author who presents an alternative configuration of constellations, one deemed too profound that would have astonished an age. Fascinating reading, you'll find it exceptional intent. I believe they assist you in the sense of your thing. AM. Okay. That implies that Miller knew something was going on. Okay. The vision of Walter Hanwell. Hanwell mentors founded by Dr. Warren. His remarkable knowledge in the field of mental health care shaped the philosophy and forward-thinking in nature establishment of the young and promising general surgeon. He became fascinated with mental illness work from pursues, actively encouraged colleagues to contribute to the studies of mental pathology, earning him the reputation of benefactor of the insane. His strong legacy in the subjects of psychology, medicine, Institute. Dr. Hanwell was also known for his open mind when it came to experimental psychiatry, surgery, and more enigmatic forms of alternate medicine. And one of his greatest contributions is the strab. He just continues probing brain tumors, and is discussed later in this article. Wondrous machine promised and developed too late for its time, invented just before the dawn of new technology, which the proliferation of the far less intrusive magnetic resonance imaging, so MRI, magnetic imaging used for the detection of brain tumors pushed it all too quickly into obsolescence. Okay. Walter Hanwell's approach to mental health care was not without its share of controversy, however, and he was known for adopting mindset strongly focused on achieving fast results, disregarding established ethical concerns. One example of this was his attitude towards conducting experiments on live animals, practice already rejected among his peers. An antidote to the annals of describes the shipment of foul-smelling rats transported This is the gruesome purpose. And years later, his interest shifted towards more holistic, perhaps even spiritual messages for uncovering secrets. Okay. Okay, so what's our journal now say? Retrieve item in basement, investigate about the tumor. Alright. Whoa. Please tell me they weren't doing that to a pregnant lassie. Please tell me she was excluded from whatever crap they were doing in the basement. Is that going to be... Why is there going to have been something wrong with the little one because they were forcing her to experience that? Then if she'd been put in that room, did it do something to the baby? Okay. But opening this trapdoor was out of... then how do you intend to get it if you don't intend on opening the trapdoor? Okay. Okay, alright. Yeah, we do, but I'm not sure where we're gonna find that piece of information. Right, can we get upstairs now? That's the next question. It's another hour's passed. Can we get up? We couldn't get up before. Is the way still blocked? Can we... When can we get to that floor? He's doing it, so next, it's in the next hour we can get to it. So I'm not quite sure. We can't get up because we need to get up there. Is there another way up? Only on the female side, and we don't have access to that, so... We had a vision of the garden, didn't we? Let's go there. Alright, let's go have a conversation with Dr. Miller and be, oi, you, there's dodgy shit that went on here. So, oh. See what he has to say. He's in the laboratory, isn't he? That's a bog. He's in here. Oh, he's not anymore. Where the f did he go? Oh. Did I not look at these? Wait, where did he go? He's not in here. Bruno seems to have disappeared as well. Not in the museum. That room is just creepy as hell. Let's go to the library. Did something in the library about looking something up, didn't it? Seemed interested when I talked about the reels, so I was just checking he wasn't in there. He said look up. Is that the book we're looking for? On my storied career, general surgeon is estimated to be position in this field. If I act widely acknowledged interpretation of elusively praise my work. My true passion has always been the secrets of the mind. During the experience of a challenging meningioma. I'm way too tired to read big words, Gad. Way too tired. I really should stop. That I first confused this zeal with a desire to specialise in neurosurgery. It tied down me that it quite is contrary. I was growing tired of the physical aspects of brain altogether, and rather the nature of its workings. It fascinated me. The time I knew path led me to research topics related to psychology and psychiatry, in particular interplay between the two disciplines. Mental disorder stood as a prime subject of interest. Losing control to yourself, terrible thing, perhaps the worst thing that can happen to a human being. Your ability to discern what is real and what is not, the possibility of determining the inner truth. Your senses are troubled, horrified, and when make new purpose of life to delve deeper into this captivating yet disquieting discipline. I would make use of the plentiful wealth and resources I had amassed over the years to fulfill this ambition. Choose a convenient location to construct and christened it. So this is Hanwell's writing. Enthralled by the elegant, pleasant and even transcendent design from Camp Bride, I made sure the spot atop a peaceful clustering with distant mountains. It was a strict requirement of project that a proposed plot and land be untarnished by the presence of people, only that the elemental quality of perpetual woods be complement such a majestic architecture. Thanks to the help of powerful contact, I gained a long-standing relationship with the first professionals in the world. Medicine soon became a beacon of inspiration and promised treatment of mental health. As the purpose of the house, a large number contradicted certain declinations made by Kilbride. I hope that thriving community mentally is hopes. This is my realm. Here we shall make an effort to eradicate the wells of the human mind. Okay, right. Well, that's not quite the book we were looking for. He alluded to a certain book. I'm not seeing that. not seeing it. I mean, it's not here. Right. Ah. An old unpublished man, but some kind of biopsy machine. That's the book that he'd said to have a look at. Equipment is still undergoing intensive test. It's a novel device capable of extracting brain, performing craniotomy. Patient makes use of empty space around the patient's orbital to reach area of brain. Still makes me cringe thinking about that. Depending on the cranial structure of the patient, the coordinates of the may need to figure the order to determine the correct angle for the procedure. Subject height is not factored into the coordination calculations, as the head should always be fixed in the proper position. Ensure that the subject's body lies comfortably on the tane, which can extend to its purpose. Coordinates are calculated according to body mass, gender, age. For example, an adult weighing around 80 kilograms is an angle between 180 and 190. The margin of error is calculated by the machine and comprehends the use of state-of-the-art sensing. The needle may retract and move forward a number of times during this process, but normal note the device always aims for the left orbital by default. While recalibrating the right orbital as possible is making no practical difference to the procedure. Before starting the procedure, be sure that the professional validating the data provided. Assistance. Okay, for a successful procedure, follow the steps below. Turn on the equipment. Rotate the principal knob to the unit that corresponds to the patient's cranial dimensions. Person assisting should evaluate whether this is the correct position. Supervising professional at the panel word activate button. Wait until the needle finalizes the procedure and is fully removed. Once the machine completes the procedure, fluid containing the sample will be collected and sterilised. Receptacle behind the extractor. Inspect the patient's orbital for any unexpected damage. The brain sample is ready to be examined under the microscope. You're expected to last 5 to 10 seconds, depending on the lobe from which the sample will be extracted. Jeez. And there's an idea of what it is. Okay. Right, well, that's one of the books that he said to go look up in the library. So we've seen at least one book now. He's not here. Where the hell is everybody? Seriously, where the hell is everybody? What have we got? Organ biopsy. Why was I doing this? The question pounded in my brain, which was a desperate hoping for the healthy, free of the malignant growth mentioned in the news page. We can go try, but I'm not sure I have the information I need to do that. I did say to you at some point we're gonna have to go do that, and I was like, why would you do that? Why would you? Why? Question is it me or Lenny we're meant to be doing it on? I think we're going this way. So back to the operating room to do something really, really, really stupid. Why are we doing this? Seriously? Why are we doing this? Oh my sweet mother of all that's good and pure, why would you do this? Where's the thing that we need? Okay. Where's the... Yes, I need a tissue sample. Oh, down the stairs. Okay. In the morgue. There was tissue samples in the morgue, wasn't there? What am I holding? Hang on. There definitely was in the morgue. That we know. Okay. I'm not sure what I'm looking for now. How the hell do I open the cage then? Oh! TPT 102. Yeah, how do you know where the samples are? Hang on. So it was. Let's see. TPT 102. Not sure. Is that in the museum? Yeah. I seem to have to constantly. Okay. How do I do that then? Yeah. Okay. Hang on. Right, okay. So where was the working microscope? Whoa! Flashbacks are getting better and better. I think it was the other operating theatre that had the working microscope? No. Where was the working microscope again, guys? Remember thinking that's a working microscope. Need to remember that. Don't think it was hydrotherapy. No. Could have been the operating room. The original operating room. There you go. Oh, something was missing. Oh, is it my sample that's missing? How does this work? You know, we're not doing that. Ah. Okay. Uh-huh. Yeah, but did that, so where the hell is the biopsy? Uh-huh. Ah, okay. Aha, moving forwards. Okay, can you... Alright, alright. We're getting this, guys. We're getting this. Okay. Turn that noise off because that's really annoying. Thank you. Something was missing. Nothing is missing. Now let's try this again, shall we? Here's the rat. There you go. On ours. Whoa. We is losing our shit. Okay. Vitamin basement, drain the... Yes, we need to go up the stairs next. Where do we get to? Drain the septic tank, receive the item in the basement. Do you have a clean bin? That's gonna be more good. What was that? Yeah, I think we should speak with Lenny. Find his ass first. Oh, we can finally reach the top floor. Alright. Getting real. He should be in here. His cleaning thing said he's in theatre. Yeah, there he is. Right. Hey, Lenny. Gone, doesn't he?
Lenny, what are you doing here?
I'm watching the show.
Show? What? Oh.
Why don't you sit with me and we can watch it together? It's very entertaining.
Lenny, please, you must listen to me. I have the tumor. I think you have it too, and Bertrand. We all do. Everyone in Group E.
I don't want to talk about that now.
But Lenny...
Maybe it's good if we don't remember. If I was in pain, I wouldn't want to remember. I'd prefer to be happy, like I am now.
My visions are getting worse. You will have them too.
Why are you doing this?
Because I need to know, Leonard. I can't afford to lose my mind again. I want to remain in control.
Which makes sense, yeah.
Oh. Oh, this next part is fun.
Lenny, what did they do to you? I listened to a recording. It was horrible.
Yes. Now you know.
But why?
I guess sometimes people are just mean.
That may be true, but there's got to be more to this. They wanted information from you. What was it?
I can't. Please, I'm too weak. You must keep looking on your own. There's something down below that they want.
Seeing them.
Only we can see it.
Who's we, Lenny?
People with mind problems?
Lenny, do you remember seeing a red symbol? Like a circle with...
No! Stay away!
What?
Don't go there! That symbol means bad things. The pain.
All right, Lenny. No more talk about the symbol. Those maniacs tortured us in the worst imaginable way, Lenny. Leveraging our deepest fears for their own gain.
Yes. It was different for each one of us. We were scared when the burly man appeared with new burn marks. We rejected him, but then it started happening to the rest of us.
Lenny, what did they do to you?
Since I was young, my body has been weak. I move slowly because I'm afraid to break something.
Oh no. Did they?
Yes. They broke me. That's the pain.
What the hell is wrong with this place?
Yeah, great. What
is
the
your
hell is wrong
worst
with this?
fear?
My worst fear? My fear. I'm terrified of losing control, Lenny. I must know that I'm in control of my own actions. I don't want to lose my mind. Lenny, please help me.
I can't. It's too late for me.
Hmm?
Lenny, I saw a film. Horrible film. They locked someone in the basement.
don't want to hear about that, please.
Just listen. In the film, there was an item that fell through a grate, and it seemed to be something of huge importance to the doctors. You know, the doctors that did this to us, Lenny. It happened in the boiler room.
Yes, the fire. I remember. It was so hot.
What's below the boiler room?
The sewers.
Okay.
I should be on my way, Lenny. Stay safe.
Okay. I don't think I missed anything in here. Let's move on. Greenhouse has to be up here. We're looking for the greenhouse. Art there. Not. Eh? Nothing. Ah. Right. There might have been something in this room and I just didn't see it. This room. This room by Hanwell's to feel cryptic. I'm presuming at some point we're gonna have to come in here for a specific one. I'm not seeing anything specific here. Alright, so at some point there's going to be something on one of them we need to look at, but for the moment, I think okay. It's the same as everything, it's back and forth, back and forth.
And all personnel. The high-risk patient has escaped again. He's very violent, more than usual. I believe he's rushing toward the 3rd floor. Proceed with extreme caution.
Oh. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh no, shit. There's a signal about heightened tensions, unprecedented instant catastrophic maintenance. I don't know if he's going to grab me if I don't move. We'll find out. An unsupervised patient mutilated herself in the most vicious way imaginable. The exact details of the episode continue to unclear to this day. Remaining staff spoke of a grotesque scene behind the limits of human comprehension, which prompted something akin to rebellion within the encaging walls. Word spread fast, and the authorities who had already set their sights on the establishments were quick to act. Had it been in this isolated affair, the conclusions chronic might be different. The combination of disenchanted employees, wild rumours, growing public scrutiny spelled doom. In a heartbeat, authorities swarmed inside the building and a warrant prepared. What follows next? A tale of mayhem. Documents were seized, staff members taken into custody. Much of the cell's equipment shut down in the blink of an eye. Hanwell simply stopped functioning. The building was evacuated almost immediately, and all of its patients were redistributed across a number of smaller modern facilities. Of the executive staff, she turned out to be the most cooperative, speaking in interviews about the oppressive nature of her working environment. Hawthorne was found in the basement of the building, suddenly attempting to evade the authorities. The fact deeply damaged his legal case, and it followed grave accusations against him and the staff. Hawthorne sought refuge behind a team of lawyers, continues the brutal trials to this day. Walter Hamill could not be found inside the building at the time of the raid. However, he willingly presented himself for questioning at a local police station some days after. Transpired that his collaborated all of her claims, thus sealing the fate of his loyal right-hand man and friend. Hawthorne, who'd interacted with the once famous surgeon during his climatic moments. Dr. Hawthorne himself had disappeared from public life shortly afterwards, never again working in the field of medicine. Or recently, a few years after, the interlude of depravity that became downfall of man was into the possibility of rehabilitating Dr. Ambrose is okay. I don't know what I'm doing here. Must be looking for something to defend myself with, which is madness in the hospital. A patient hurts herself savagely. Follow troubles, rumors. It doesn't seem to comes in until I move on, so I'm not worried about it. Promotes patient mistreated, already alarming hospital conditions. Overcrowded administrator once a beacon of international respect has come to the worst episode. Readers are advised precaution. Current employees are concerned family members of patients have been warned about the so brutal incident transpired yesterday. Pregnant patient with severe mental disorder descended manic state performed whoa. Nurses who witnessed the self-mutilation described the scene as a savage bloodbath. Obviously, the patient was alone in a locked room without access to any foreign objects. Discovered that the act of the pool of blood spreading across the floor. Oh my goodness. Well, that's pretty horrific. Oh, I've already been in here. I'm just gonna end up going around in circles at this point. Or maybe I was meant to go around in circles if he's damaging things. Okay, so I don't think I meant to go that way. I think I meant to go round and back down the corridor. Okay. Try that again. I don't know how many times it's going to let me go round in circles. I'm not going to lie. Presuming I need to go this way. Okay, so what am I missing then? I'm missing something, but I don't know what I'm missing. I've already read that. Where I'm obviously needing to find something, but I haven't found it, so I don't know what it is I'm supposed to be finding. Okay. No. It's gotta be in here. Okay. There we go. Got him. Got him. He's pinned. Got him. He's trapped.